It can take out the beauty of getting to know someone, the process of it, the real, like, what we used to have before the internet ever existed. But at the same time, it's knowledge.
On Facebook, you can send each other gifts. I mean, it's like, it's almost real, except it's all in cyberspace.
There's a real life version of you and there's a digital version of you.
My friend Aisha is 26 and writes for low-budget comedies. She says that she has often been misled online.
If you meet a guy somewhere, you can know he's creepy just off the bat. You're like, you're a creepy, sleazy guy, you know? And you also never know, like, by looking at what somebody's like posting on their like Match.com profile or something, you never know what the real story is.
Technology has even changed the way her mother gets involved in her love life.
When she gives away your email and you're like, how did that become the way to my pants? Like, that's horrible. Or like the way to my heart, sorry. I'm only thinking about my pants. but how did, like, here's her email, get to know her, or here's her email, maybe you'll marry her.
But for flirting, Aisha says texting is the best thing because it provides a barrier.
It's like the equivalent of being drunk, almost, because you kind of can let down all inhibitions and say what you want to say, but it's also very carefully crafted.
And for sex?
How many times do people set up like sex encounters without, or even just a meeting for drinks, without speaking a word to each other?
Elettra is an editorial assistant at a magazine. She manages several simultaneous relationships. Right now, at the top of her contact list is Adam, who she met at a wedding in Dubai.
It became an obsession. The other day I spent the whole day at work G-chatting. So we called it, he called it the G-pill. It becomes like, the only form of communication because he's on the other side of the world. He's in Qatar.
But she also has a San Francisco guy.
When I got back from Dubai, he saw my photos and he thought I was gorgeous and looked amazing in the photos. So he started texting me again and emailing me again obsessively.
And then there's this other guy.
It's basically a booty call. And so then we'll just text each other. So it's easier that way because there's not a direct confrontation and you can think about what you're saying.
But even with 3 relationships, Elettra gets jealous when she sees Adam's Facebook wall.
I saw that a girl wrote on his wall and said, "Oh, did you put all the music on my iPod yet?" So I immediately freaked out and I said, "But that means I'm not special."
My friend Dani works in advertising. For her, technology has become a way to get close to her lovers. Close by double-checking on them.
When we were in touch long distance and he seemed very unavailable and never it seemed as if he never had access to internet, and he was always on at the office and never online, which I thought was odd. In this day and age, everyone is on the internet.
Dani then decided to invent a fake identity online.
And this was a very beautiful young woman that I came up with the whole background story, but fit his background and his story and someone he would have been interested in because anyway, so
And was he loyal?
that was the most hysterical part of it, that you can invent a person, a character, and a man just needs to see their picture and, speak with them online distant, and that the ignorant idiot is ready to invite a complete stranger into their home to visit them in a different country.
Dani kept it up for a few weeks.
I stopped talking to him and disappeared, and she continued talking to him just out of amusement, just to see the kind of things he would say and to see if he would talk about me. That's how I used her. And then she just disappeared. I don't know where she is now.
According to my friends, digital technology makes life easier, but it makes relationships harder.
Even if you want to ask something stupid like, hey, what are you doing? You can't call and be like, hey, what are you doing? You have to text.
It's like an addiction on like a drug addiction.
You can be someone for 2 days, for 3 days, but you can be somebody, but if you're far away, do you really know who that person is unless you're living in the same city and getting to know them on a day-to-day basis?